here we are. So I thought that I'd take the opportunity to try and explain more about what this is I'm trying to do exactly. This whole idea came around when I was studying for my master's degree, which I've now finished. I was studying a master's in psychology at Sheffield Hallam University, and in my final project, I know a few of you watching might have actually participated in it. I interviewed a few athletes on their journey to becoming professional, and when I was about halfway through, there was a common theme that kept cropping up, and it was the theme of transparency. I kept banging on about this transparency theme over and over again, and when I came to the end of the course and I'd finished my project, I kind of thought to myself, what can I be doing to kind of practice what I preach with the transparency side of things and show more of myself to the world? And I wanted to see what exactly I could do to try and contribute to this. I know that it's a massive issue in our sport, and I want to find a way to tell my story whilst making it interesting and actually show people what happens, the ins and outs, all of the ups and downs, rather than just like a highlight reel of all the best moments. I feel like there's a lot of smoke and mirrors, especially in track and field. So I thought if I share my own journey, my own story, that can kind of help to, I don't want to say inspire other people. Obviously that's the aim, like I'd like to inspire people with this series, but whether it does or it doesn't, I think if it does achieve one thing, it would just to be an informative tool, really, just to kind of educate people on a real life person. So with these videos, I'm hoping to be rolling them out weekly. I feel like the first couple of videos, I was happy with them, but I felt like I didn't really have time to sit down and really explain what it is that I'm actually trying to do. The aim of this is essentially to show my lifestyle, training, and when we get to that point, it will be competition season as well. I want to make sure that it's there to be seen by everybody. Anything that happens, whether it's good, bad or indifferent, I want everybody to be able to see. In the last few years, I've kind of come to realise that everybody's just the same, and if you can educate people on experiences that you've had and experiences that other people have had, it kind of encourages people to do the same thing. Already I've had a few questions about people asking, show things more about your life, show things about more your nutrition, those kind of things, which I do want to try and integrate into the videos. It's just finding a way to do it in a way that makes sense, in a way that still looks good and it's entertaining. So I do have a lot of ideas, to be honest. I think what I will do is I will, at least every week, I will try and sit down and have a chat with everybody. I'll probably tell stories about the past, the future, things that I'm looking to achieve, so people can be up to date with what's actually going off with me and can learn a bit more about the person that's behind all the training footage and stuff like that. I want to make it a bit more personal than just me showing you what I'm doing in training. I think it's a good thing for me to kind of sit down with everybody and just come across as a real person. I think that's one of the things that is going to make this series more relatable for people. I think that's a big thing that I want to try and get across. Both transparency, relatability and just general honesty are the three things that I want to try and get across to everybody with this series. But generally I just want this series to kind of educate people on the ups and downs, the highs and lows of track and field, and show people that it's just regular people doing a job. I'll talk about performance goals, I'll talk about outcome goals, I'll talk about things that I want to achieve in the next year. Obviously it's a big year coming up. We've got we've got 2 major championships and we have world relays as well, and all 3 of them are in my targets, to be honest. So I think I'm better off just keeping everyone in the loop about what's happening. So yeah, we'll get into the rest of the video now, but going forwards I'll try and include at least one of these segments every video, maybe a couple here and there, maybe do a questions one, maybe react to some footage. We'll see how we go, but for now we'll get back into the rest of the video. So we're back again, shuttle circuits. I've already done an explanation of this. I know it's a bit confusing to watch, so you need to refer to my first video if you don't have a clue what's going on. That pretty much explains it. But for the people that have already seen this, you know the drill. 10 exercises, 10 reps each one. We got to make our way through everything. It's a bit of a tough one, but luckily I can blast this session off in about 20 minutes, which makes it not too bad.
Circuit session.
Yeah.
Shuttle circuit's done. We've just done, well, for me personally, because of my hamstring issue, I've not done the broad jumps on the mats. I've just done the splits and I've done the overhead shot. Luckily, my hamstring is at about 95% now, so this week we will be back into running. Here we have Mr. Regan O'Connell. Introduce yourself.
Hello, my name's Regan O'Connell, aka Regs. You know, I'm the guy in the group. OG.
So, what's the deal? You've been in the group for how long now?
Too long. What year is it? 23? 7 or 8 years, I think.
Tell us about some of your highlights in the group.
Highlights. Probably getting Mr. Joe Ferguson in here from Barnsley AC. That's probably the biggest highlight, I'd say.
Nice. What's your plan for the next couple of weeks then?
Couple of weeks. Probably just rest up because my back's still recovering. Had a back injury since December 22. So yeah, just see how that is over the next few weeks really, and try and progress from there.
Lovely stuff.
Nice one.
Let's go.
So we're back on the track once again. I'm trying to be super cautious at the minute, as you've seen with my hamstring, but I think it's paying off, to be honest. I'm just making sure that I do all my mobility work, along with all of the rehab that I've been prescribed. And I think it's definitely paying off because I'm ready to do strides today. So I'm going to warm up and my body's feeling pretty good, so we'll see how we go with a couple of easy runs.
Today, everybody's got 150s, apart from me. I'm just going to be doing rehab today. My hamstring's feeling a bit better. To be honest, it's pain-free at the minute, but I don't want to risk it at this point. It's one of those where it is pain-free, but if I push it, I can sense the fact that I'm probably going to hurt it even more. So at this stage, it's not worth it. We're in September. Take it easy. Me and my coach have basically just decided that it's going to be better for me to just take it steady for a couple of weeks. I really just don't want to make any massive risks. It's way too early to be making risks, so we'll take it steady. Next week, hopefully I can get back into the main sessions. I thought I would be able to this week. I think for the extra few days, it's worth just playing it safe. That's something that I've learned as I've got older and gone through a lot of injuries. Sometimes you're saving yourself time by just playing it a little bit safe instead of pushing it for no reason. This is really bad. I have one more, but this session is awful. Everyone else is on the hill today, I'm in here doing the bike just to protect my hamstring a little bit. And I find this so much worse than the hill. That's the bike session done. 12 reps, 45 seconds, 300 watts, 90 seconds rest all the way through. This session is just so bad. I hate this session, but it's a necessary evil. You get about 3 or 4 reps in and you're already dead. What? I need to go and eat now. And then we got gym this afternoon. I need to dry off first, I'm absolutely sweating.
So it's another Sunday, we're back in the gym. This time we've got push press, which is an exercise that I don't think I've shown on here before. It's kind of similar to hang clean in the sense that it's a power exercise, but since it's a push movement rather than a hinge movement, it means that it takes the stress off of my hamstrings a little bit. Now the bench press, I'm much happier with this week because in the first video I was struggling with about 75 and now I've managed to put 90 on the bar, so it's good progress. Again, I'm trying to keep the weight a little bit lighter with the box squats, so we've just gone for 120. I will be ramping the weight up on this next block, but for now, make it nice and light and not take any risks.
What's he doing? He's still going. Oh, he's seen us. No, he's not. I hate back jumps. It's so bad. Right, so I'm back at the track, outdoor track today. We're attempting to do the session that got me hurt 2 weeks ago. So let's hope it goes better. I feel pain-free. I've been good for probably about 5 days now, but I'm just playing it safe. So those plans lasted about 2 minutes. We're actually going indoors because once again, it's just raining like mad.
We don't know.
Yeah, I think we're going EIS instead. It's a little bit wet, just a little bit. All of the disruptance, the warm-up, has just kind of made me be a bit extra cautious. With all the messing around, changing locations, it's kind of impacted my warm-up, so I'm just going to do some drills. I'm going to do some strides, 60-metre strides, just get a feel for the rhythm again.
It's meant to be a 50-50 split, right down the middle. That's what Fury's promoter said. Okay. Fury said, nah, you're worth 30%. So the guy was got 3 and 4 belts. So he went against his plan. Pretty much.
And said 70-30 split, right?
Yeah, and the worst thing is, Usyk said yes. Usyk was like, yeah, I'll take it.
Called his bluff.
Yeah.
He was like, oh.
And then there were just like other things going on.
So the rest of this week just revolves around me making sure that my body's in shape for the next block. I thought I'd get ahead of the game a little bit and make sure that my strength and conditioning's on point, as well as keeping on top of all the rehab that I've been doing for my hamstring. The last session that we did was a bike session, and now that leads us straight into the deload week before we get ready for the next block of training.
So, I'm currently in London. It's pretty much the end of the trip, to be honest. Been here since Friday. I've not done too much filming, but I'll just put up whatever I've got. Yeah, I've not filmed a lot of stuff. I don't even have my mic on me, so I'm not gonna lie. The wind and the car's probably gonna make this sound awful, but... So yeah, a few days in London, nice and chilled, little city break. I don't actually have to train today, we normally do, but the deload week we get Sundays off, which means it's made this little trip possible. So I was at Adam's birthday party yesterday, which was fun. Did some shopping, gone for some food, and now I'm just on my way to the coach station. Off back to Sheffield, we'll get there this evening. Got the day off training tomorrow as well. But it's nice, we picked a really good weekend, as you can see. So, can't complain, been a nice little weekend away. Back on the grind on Tuesday, so I'll probably check in next week. So that's it. That is the block finished. We've ended it on a good note, actually. I'm pretty happy with that. I managed to do some strides at a decent pace, to be honest, and no pain whatsoever, which is good news. I'm going to take the weekend to relax, just recover as best as possible, and hopefully on Sunday, I think we're going to be on the hills on Sunday, which is the first day of block number 2 of winter training, which I'm excited for now. I feel like I've played it smart. I'm ready to go, and hopefully next block you'll actually see some really solid training. Might take a couple of weeks to get into it, but once we're there, I'm ready to put the work in. I'm going to get home, edit all of this, and I'll see you in the next one.